Okay, so with all of this craziness with Venezuela and Greenland, there's a couple of things that some people have been pointing out that I think are very interesting. One is that, Trump's saying that we invaded Venezuela, and he keeps saying, we're going to take the oil, we're going to take the oil. And he said during a press conference that he had um, let the oil companies know that he had informed them both before and after the action against Maduro in Venezuela. Now, a bunch of these oil company executives have come out and said, we don't know what he's talking about. Um, Now, they may or may not be lying. I'm not saying oil execs are good guys. I don't know. But then one of them just came out and said something. I forget the exact quote, but basically he said, why would we want to invest billions of dollars into building infrastructure in Venezuela when a random tweet could just change American policy at a moment's notice? Like, I'm paraphrasing. I don't think that's the exact phrasing, but that's what he said. And I mean, good fucking point. But and then there's this thing that Fiona Hill was someone who was testifying during one of Trump's previous impeachments during his first, I believe it was during his first term. And this is the interesting thing that she said when she was testifying before Congress. She said, and the Russians at this particular juncture were signaling very strongly that they wanted to somehow make a very strange swap arrangement between Venezuela and Ukraine. If we were going to exert some semblance of the Monroe Doctrine, Russia keeping out of our backyard, they were basically signaling we have our own version of this in our backyard. So the suggestion is that the Russians were signaling that they were interested in basically saying, hey, throw us Ukraine, you can have Venezuela. Tit for tat, swap even. So that's entirely disturbing. And there's been a lot of suggestions lately, right? Like, I know that Russia and China supposedly are our big enemies, right? But I've been hearing various stories, and I've done other videos on this, about how a lot of people are saying that he may have made a backroom deal to split up the world. Like, Russia gets Europe, China gets basically Asia, and America gets the Western Hemisphere. And I don't know, so I forget who they said will get Africa or whatever, but it's starting to look more and more like that, right? Because Trump is talking about how he's the predator of the Western Hemisphere, which, again,